Let's talk about HR1716 and how this little bill made its way up to the steps of the Senate. While passed on July 5th, 2019, earlier versions were introduced on May 20th, 2014, May 21st, 2015, and May 25th, 2017, meaning that it took over 5 years just to get the ball rolling. This bill requires the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration to conduct an ocean acidification coastal community vulnerability assessment at least once every 7 years. The assessment must identify 1. The coastal communities most dependent on ocean resources impacted by ocean acidification, 2. How vulnerable those communities are, including the economic impact on commercial fisheries and recreational opportunities, and 3. Knowledge gaps or research could be devoted to better understand the impacts of ocean acidification and adaptation strategies for the communities. In carrying out this assessment, NOAA must collaborate with state, U.S. territory, local, and tribal government entities to determine whether these activities may serve as a model for others and to find where federal agencies can offer the most support. Bills like these speak to a larger conceptualization of the natural world, specifically that of the social ocean. This concept is predicated on the belief that humans and the rest of the environment do not act in silo. One actively influences the other. As such, our environmental laws and regulations, the very foundations of our society, should reflect this understanding. Granted, this concept may not be the most intuitive, nor what most of us were taught in our youth. For so long, we've seen man and nature as distinct. We have an innate sense of what is natural and what isn't. Don't believe me? Let's look at the word wilderness, whose legal definition is an intact or undisturbed natural environment that has not been modified by any human activity. We use this word on a daily basis, yet its phrasing undeniably reinforces the mental dichotomy of man and nature. One is an impurity within the other. So, what is the truth? I'll give it to you straight. Humans are impacting the environment, and always have been. From trapping wild aquatic animals in lagoons in the Neolithic age to the giant shrimp farms which dominate the South American and Asian coasts now, we must realize that our actions have environmental impacts. The rate and magnitude at which this impact is happening now, however, is considerably greater. Currently, 59% of the ocean is estimated to have experienced increasing rates of impact. Hypoxic bottom waters have increased worldwide. Some 19% of the world's coral reef areas have been lost due to habitat degradation, loss, and pollution, and 15% more are under imminent threat of being lost in the next 10 to 20 years. The other half of this bleak truth, however, is that these environmental changes will inevitably come back to haunt us. Declining fish stocks can acutely impact poorer nations where fishing is an important subsistence activity. Industry workers in these sectors may also have a harder time exiting the market due to lack of economic mobility. However, just as we can view people as culprits of ocean change, we can also more powerfully see them as restorative agents of ocean change. Bill HR 1716 speaks to all these issues by employing socially oriented conservation governance. This bill recognizes this new peopled landscape and demands for a management system that reflects this, involving monitoring of human dimensions and the biophysical environment. Such intervention also accounts for balanced interdisciplinary engagement by identifying and mandating local participation and input from a diverse body of stakeholders, an aspect crucial to increasing resiliency and environmental success. Advocating for this new avenue of socially oriented conservation science, then, is crucial for a sustainable future, both for the planet and its denizens. Bills like HR 1716 are just the beginning, but now it's up to us to guarantee the future.